Listen, man, we are now going to do what you've been waiting for, is that Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 review. For all you Mission Impossible fans out there, man, I know y'all want to know is, hey, can they go 7 movies and get it right every time? Well, I mean, that's what you're here to find out. So, we're going to try to go ahead and bring it to you. And you know how we do. You know what I'm saying? We like to remind you what's going on by playing this trailer. So y'all just buckle on in and get ready for Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1.
Beam footage.
Our lives are the sum of our choices. And we cannot escape the past. Ethan, this mission of yours is gonna cost you dearly.
So they brought certain stuff back. The sandstorm was from Part 4.
Is vanishing. War is coming.
It's been a long time, friend. You've no idea the power I represent. It knows your story and how it ends.
Listen to me. The world's coming after you.
His fate is written. Shall we write yours, too?
If anything happens to them, there's no place that I won't go to kill you. That is written.
Ethan, what's your objective? What's your ultimate objective?
Your life will always matter more to me than my own.
None of our lives can matter more than this mission.
I don't accept that.
Woo! I'm talking about even the trailer, man. It's super exciting. And I watched the movie and I'm sitting there looking at it like first time. Man, oh man. I gotta tell you, man. Just sitting here watching that, thinking about the other Mission Impossible movies, thinking about any other action movie that Tom Cruise had. I gotta get a man his props, dog. Like, when it comes to being a movie star, he's all in.
Oh, yeah, he's doing his job.
Bro, he's all in. Like, he doesn't kind of worry about how he's looking. What, you know what I'm saying? He wants the action to look real, to the point where he will do every stunt that he can. They will legally let him do. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure some stuff they like, Tom, come on. You know what I'm saying? We can't risk you dying. You know what I mean? Come on now. But every stunt that he can do, man, that's why I always say I'd feel sorry for his stunt guys, man, because I'm pretty sure they probably hurting right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, can we do something? Tom, please. Yeah, but he is definitely one of those last true movie stars. Him, Denzel. You know what I'm saying? Denzel actually does the research, does the work. You know what I'm saying? Knows some of these martial art moves that he's doing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but Tom is he's definitely dedicated to the craft. You could tell that he loves movies. Like, if you listen to most of his interviews, he's like, I love movies, period, And he'll do whatever to get the shot. You got to respect him for that. Whether you're a Tom Cruise fan or not, you got to respect the fact that he does go in all the way, 100%. And I know he has a little bit of bad press, surrounding him when it came to the making of this movie. You know what I'm saying? As you and I discussed earlier, CBR, that they got that sound bite of him cussing everybody out and, whatever. And of course, at first listen, that sounds bad, right?
Yeah.
But then when you realize the fact that it was COVID and some people doing what they doing like they've been doing, don't want to mask up, and you putting everybody else at risk, you putting the movie at risk, we got to shut down, that's millions of dollars wasted, I might have been a little upset too.
At one point, we was all scared of COVID. You know what this thing was going to do to us.
Yeah.
So I feel them.
Yeah. And look, until we found out what it was going to do to us, and you start seeing people drop, left and right, I have personal experience with that myself. So it's for real. And if going off of that, I can understand, you know what I mean? I can't, maybe the approach could have been better, but his intentions, you know what I'm saying, I think were validated, when it came to COVID. But yeah, man, Tom Cruise doing this thing once again. He's returning as Ethan Hunt. And this time, he's bringing along Haley Atwell, who's playing the role of Grace, and you guys know her as Agent Carter. You know what I'm saying? At least y'all should. Yeah, Marvel fans out there. Rebecca Ferguson is making a return. What'd you say, X?
Shit, baby, bye.
Yeah, baby. Rebecca Ferguson is making a return as Ilsa Faust. She's been here ever since number 5. She's made her appearances in. Vanessa Kirby, she's returning. She is the daughter of Max from the very first movie, first Mission Impossible. She returned as well. She was in Fallout. Palm, I can't even say her last name, but she's we all know her from Marvel, Guardians of the Galaxy. Mantis. Eastside Morales. Now this guy here, man, I've seen him pop up in some stuff lately.
Yeah, a bunch of stuff.
Yeah. He plays a good bad guy. I think he's a little typecast now because he's pretty much going to play a bad guy and everything like that. So, but he's a.
I mean, just look at him. He looks sinister. Man.
He does.
He gives off that villain vibe,
Oh, he was in La Bamba. Man, that's an old movie too.
He was the brother. Yeah.
Oh, for real?
Older now. Look at him. Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay, I gotta go back there. How about that? That's what's up. Okay. Simon Pegg, of course, you know what I'm saying. Benji, he definitely is going to be in every one, ever since the third one. And we already know, my boy, you know what I'm saying, I'm about to get real medieval on your ass. Ving Rhames.
Ving Rhames.
Ving Rhames, of course, he's been in that from the very first one. And what I did like, Henry Cersei, he was in the first one, you know what I'm saying? He was the one chasing Ethan from the very first one. Now, there is a recurring theme pretty much in every Mission Impossible is that Tom Cruise is going to go rogue at some point in time. You know what I'm saying? They're going to blame everything on him some kind of way, and he's going to go rogue. And this
that rogue behavior is not tolerated during this mission.
Hey,
first thing he does once he figures everything out, I'm finna go rogue.
I'm out here for real. Yeah, man. They make up a pretty good cast, man. I like the fact that they are it's kind of like a pot of gumbo. They're mixing all the movies. There's scenes that I saw in here that I'm like, oh, that happened in that movie. And that, without it being too derivative, of that one, like we was talking about with Star Wars and whatnot. This is pretty much them taking bits and pieces of everything that worked in the other movies. They took a bit of that and put it into this one. And I will say, starting off, before we get into grading and so forth and so on, is that it's a Mission Impossible movie. I came into this expecting to see good action, excitement, edge of my seat. You know what I'm saying? Because it's always like world-threatening things going on here. It's not little baby stuff. This is for real, and this one was no different. Without spoiling you guys, and I will say spoiler alert for whatever that you hear that you didn't want to hear. We will say spoiler alert because we're going to talk about the movie. But
spoiler. Yeah,
man. But here the bad guy, in a sense, actually relates to some of our topics that we've had before. If you've kept up with the Hangout, we've talked about AI. And AI is continuously coming up in conversations all the time. I think CBR, you and I just had an experience, you know what I'm saying, with our jobs and everything when it comes down to AI. AI it's a topic, man. It's definitely a topic. And the fact that they touched on this, I thought that was very, very relevant to what's going on today. It made it feel real to me. You know what I'm saying? Not something that happened way back or whatever. Stuff that's happening right now that could happen is with the movies, man. This is the part that always trips me out. They almost kind of give you the hints of things that's to come, And for some reason, people are like, yep, well, that'll never happen in real life. Let's still let's make the thing anyway, right? And you're like, come on, man, it's not going to turn out well. And of course, you know how it happens. But this is AI. AI is pretty much the antagonist of this particular film. But of course, AI
entity.
Yeah, there you go. AI does what AI does. You know what I'm saying? Is thinking way ahead. So they have players. You know what I'm saying? Basically, the humans are the chess pieces. You know what I mean? And so there's this still good against evil type of theme here. Haley Atwell, man. I didn't know how I was going to feel about her being in it first because I'm so used to seeing her as Agent Carter. But from the first time she stepped on the screen, man, I was like, oh yeah, she belongs in a Mission Impossible movie. She has the right attitude, and she's not a part of the IMF. She's on her own thing, and she's reminiscent of the girl in Part 2. She's a thief.
Mm-hmm.
They need
a good one too.
Bro, one of the best. And they need to recruit her to
keep that in mind.
Yeah. Try to recruit her to obtain something from the bad guys. Thaddeus Newton, that's her name. Thaddeus. I've never seen her name that long. They usually just have Thaddeus. Thaddeus Newton. Yeah. Great actor. She's in another.
Thaddeus.
Yes. Yeah. Good stuff. So she's reminiscent of her. And, of course, she's not a part of IMF. But, if IMF needs you, they will recruit you. For sure. And I think she did a great job, man, especially with the scenes that she had with Tom Cruise. I mean, you got to be able to hold your own if you're going to play opposite of him, because he's so, involved in the process of everything. You know what I mean? And she looked like she was right along for the ride with him. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see too many stunt double moments with her. She was right there in it with him. And without spoiling for you guys, like I said, they recruit her and she has to come in. And of course, if she's a thief, more than likely, she's stealing something for them. And then, of course, chaos ensues and, we got our chases and so forth and so on. What I'll say, man, is that I really loved and really appreciated about this movie was practical effects, man. I mean, CGI is cool, but man, give me some practical effects, man. Make some stuff look real. And there's a lot of moments, they are actually on location. You know what I'm saying? In all these different cities and countries and so forth and so on. But she did her own stunts. Nice.
Oh, don't tell me that, Timmy. Don't tell me that.
Nice.
Yeah, she carried that.
Nice. Yeah. And it's believable. Like I said, it wasn't too many moments. You can kind of see now when they're using a double, they'll turn away from the face. You know what I'm saying? You'll see the back of someone's head and, the way they shoot the angles. But I didn't see a lot of that with her, man. I mean, like I said, in that car, she was right there with Tom, and Tom was actually driving the car.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? With his other hand, with one of them handcuffed to her and the other one underhand. I said, boy, the boy's bad, man. It's a bad dude. But again, like I said, that's the part is what I'm talking about, man. The practical effects with them actually driving the cars and all the stuff there, man. So that right there at that moment being the first set piece that we saw, I was locked in. I'm like, yep, this is what this is going to be. So yeah, and then of course they bring in Mantis. We know as Mantis from Marvel, and I was actually surprised to see the role she was playing.
Oh.
She was playing a bad guy. If you've seen her play as Mantis, this kind of
silent assassin.
Yeah, bro. I mean, I was really impressed with her, man.
The range.
I have never
The
seen
range,
her
brother, the
exactly.
range.
I've never seen her outside of Marvel though. To see her go from Mantis, who we know Mantis is this sweet, kind of
shy, kind of naive.
Naive,
character.
There you go. Yeah, I didn't want to say dumb, but she's kind of naive to certain stuff. You know what I mean? Like
Naive. Naive to an extent,
right?
Without the self-awareness.
Exactly.
To this stone cold assassin, like the range. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, and didn't say much, but when she did or did something, it was felt.
Made it count.
Yeah, she made it count for real, bro. Which is actually strange where it actually turned. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it caught me off guard, bro. I was like,
a lot of me, man.
Yeah. It was.
But she real though.
But it was real though. It was real. It was something that you like. Yeah, of course you would do that after somebody did that to you or for you, rather.
Exactly.
Yeah, man. So that was when I saw her, not knowing how I was going to feel about it, I was instantly gratified. You know what I'm saying? I was instantly like relieved that she's about to play this role. And Esai Morales. I'll tell you. You know what's funny though,
That's
man?
a bad man right there.
He is, man.
Gabe, a bad man.
You know when you got a good bad person, when you kind of not root for them, but you ain't mad at them. You know what I'm talking about? Because they smooth with it, right? You know what I'm saying? You know, whatever it is that the role they playing, they so smooth with it, man, that you kind of like, you know what I mean? You know, I mean, Darth Vader, for example, right? You know what I'm saying? People love Darth Vader because Darth Vader was just a cool looking dude. You know what I'm saying? You know, so this guy, you know, reminds me of that, man. You know, he just has a cool swagger about himself. Yeah. So anyway, so when he came on scene, you know, it was the same. I didn't, you know, with these new additions, I wasn't sure what they were going to bring to the franchise. The franchise is already a really good franchise, man. And so if they bringing new people into it, they got to come with it. And they obviously chose the right people, man, because everyone on screen was doing their thing. And I got to tell you, man, Cary Elwes, whatever his name is, he shocked me too. You know, he was the director of CIA or something. And like I said, without spoiling it, if you've watched movies with him in it before, you kind of will know where his character's going. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, they kind of do the same thing with his characters all the time. But he always plays a good dude, though. You know what I'm saying? Like clean cut kind of dude. You know what I'm saying? And they gave him a nice little twist on here that they've given him in other movies before, and he plays it well because he's that guy. You know what I'm saying? He can kind of switch it from this to that. But yeah, man. So again, we are in here. We got AI doing what AI does, trying to take over everything. Of course, rising up against the humans. You know, I feel like we are really in that Terminator world. You know what I'm saying? Skynet. You know what I'm saying? Any day now. And so that was cool. Definitely seeing him do his thing. So like I said, man, from the very first time it came on, I was pretty much locked in, man. I was pretty much locked in. But I'm curious to know, like, ex-CBR, like, what did y'all feel like in the first 15 minutes, first 15, 20 minutes? I mean, because I know this sucker was long. Did it grab you?
No, it grabbed me from the start with the submarines and know how they was throwing the missiles off, and they not trying to spoil the movie, but you know what happened.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so
exactly.
I mean, good stuff. It had my attention from the start, man. Especially.
That's right, because they started with the submarine.
Yeah.
You know, and you already know now. That's why my point is like this movie was so relevant that even with seeing the submarine first, I'm like, man, you know what I mean? Because we just had that submarine topic, you know, the last show. I was like, wow, man.
My first immediate thought, bro. I'm like, is this cringe kind of? Is this
cringe worthy, right?
Where we need to start off the rip?
Right.
But I know why though. It had to set up the story.
Yeah, it set it up real good.
For why we were, you know what I mean? Like they told you from jump what this was gonna be. There's gonna be a mission to get one piece and get another piece,
right,
and get it together,
right. Which, you know what? Which is funny because the Transformers Rise of the Beast was practically the same plot because you had this one piece of the key. You remember? Yeah. And then they had to go to I forgot you called what was the beast name though? Something animal. The Maximals. The Maximals. They had to go to the Maximals to get the other piece to put it together.
Indiana Jones had the same thing.
Indiana Jones had the same thing with the Dial of Destiny.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say it's more, but it's because I hadn't seen Transformers yet.
Okay. Well, we didn't spoil anything for you, bro. It's the same thing, but
gonna go see it tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. So X, it's like 3 movies so far this year have had the same plot of we got this piece and it's broken into 2 pieces.
Just told in different ways. And when I looked at it, because the way the film is constructed, that's literally what I left the theater thinking.
Right.
Part 1 is literally a movie about one piece.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Part 2 is going to be about the second piece.
Right. Absolutely.
And making it all work. every other film was like, we'll get the two pieces in one film. Tom Cruise said, nah. That's not what we're doing. We're going to stretch this out over 2 films.
Actually, he said, and I don't want to see it again. That's what he said on that.
You will be fired.
You will be fired.
Sometimes you got to put your foot down, homie.
Boy, you see how much he's running it. That wasn't the director that you heard. That was Tom, the actor, saying, and you will be fired. Yeah. I ain't playing, boy. Oh, my God. That's funny, man. So basically, it should be Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Piece 1, maybe? Piece 1? No, nothing? No?
Piece
okay.
1. maybe next time. Maybe next time, though.
All right, man. Same as y'all. I was locked in. The submarine part was really good, and it was funny because right before they found out what happened, I had just said, I was trying to lean over and said, like, I could see, like, that's a psych out, right? Okay. I see what you did there. Good stuff. Yeah, man, I'm locked in, and I do appreciate the Mission Impossible movies because they usually do set up what's going on first, right? And then they'll bring Tom in and say, all right, Tom, we just showed the audience what's going on. Can you come in and say the day now? You know what I'm saying? Show them how you're going to do it. But I will say, man, that Tom's or Ethan Hunt's, his greatest weapon and also, I say to fault in a sense, is that he cares about the people that he works with. Mm-hmm. And
you care too much,
right? And he will accept any mission, but what is absolutely unacceptable to him is him losing a teammate, or somebody dying on his watch. Better to say, and that's how the bad guys get him every time. You know what I mean? They already know. They know the playbook, and they probably pass it around. Like, if you want to get Ethan, just kidnap his wife or his friends, or you know what I mean, and, whatever. So. Greatest asset is also, you know what I'm saying, one of his greatest faults. And, that's this movie is no different in the sense of them being able to try to use people he loves against him. They always try to use his love against him every time. Does he get, does he succeed in saving people and whatever? We'll let you guys figure that out and let you see for yourselves. But I do like how no matter what, his moral compass is always pointing north. Always. You know what I mean? Like, there's no compromise with that with him. And in some kind of way, he's usually able to... Go ahead, bro.
No, I was going to say, but Price, you remember also later on in the film, after things transpire, she started kind of quoting what Gabe had told her, like, you're going to protect me and do all the other stuff. And then he said... He got that realization of sinking in the severity of everything that's going on,
right?
Because his wheels was turning consistently,
right?
So he's sitting there like, I don't know if I could promise. Like that moral compass that you talked about seemed like it was in question, because it's like, I'm gonna do my best, but I can't keep giving my word because clearly everybody knows my weakness. Everybody knows how to get to me. So it's like, I can't keep, because that's just eating me up on the inside. Because it's like, I'm telling you to your face, trust me, I got you, I'll protect you.
And I can't
and that's
keep
not
that
the
promise.
case.
Right.
And I can't keep it.
Yeah, that's true. And I'm glad you remind me of that. And see, that's what happens when you see a movie right before you do a podcast, because your memory's fresh. I love it, dude. I
wanted to see how it felt, without letting it sit for a couple of days. So I was like, it got out just in time too, like Ray said, it's about 2 hours, 45 minutes.
Absolutely.
It got out at 1 o'clock.
Oh wow.
About 1 o'clock, 1:05-ish.
Wow.
So I was like,
fresh on your mind. Fresh on your mind. Yeah, and it truly was.
Fresh in the mud.
Truly was. And I'm glad you reminded me of that, because that was that thing of when I heard that part, when we got to that part, it was like, finally, okay, thank you for you know what I'm saying, being self-aware now and waking up.
Be honest with yourself.
Be honest, bro. You can't keep promising people that and then you lose people. You know what I'm saying? Now you've broken that promise to them. You all messed up about it. Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm going to say they did a little bit of foreshadowing. Before something happened. When they did that thing, I was like, it might not turn out well for somebody. You know what I'm saying? They do a little foreshadowing. Was it from Minister to Society or Boys in the Hood? If any clean cut black kid say he's about to go to college, Oh, he's gonna be the first one in college, in the family that's going to college. Oh, he dead. He done. you might well say your goodbyes to him right now. They just told you he up out of here. You know what I'm saying? In case people who just listening don't know what foreshadowing is, that's foreshadowing right there. You know what I'm saying? They're setting you up for the kill, basically. You know what I'm saying? For a loss. Yep. Something's about to happen. And I like the way they tried to do it. They did it here. It wasn't as obvious, you know what I'm saying, with certain things, and they kind of throw you off with certain things. So that part I expect, But X, movies are movies. You know what I'm saying? There is a certain formula they're going to follow, and you've seen every movie there is, right? And they will try to switch it up sometimes, but movies do have kind of a certain formula. You know what I'm saying?
A guideline, yeah.
A guideline, right. You have to have some stakes. Right? You know what I'm saying? Your hero has to lose something or something, right? You know what I mean? In order to get him through this other situation and blase. So, but anyway, yeah, no, I appreciate you reminding that because it had gotten to the point. Like, Tom, we're seven movies in, man. You can't save everybody. You've already proved that. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's going to get it. But
it's like, when is Tom gonna get it? Like, Ethan, when you gonna understand that it's something that you can't do? We've been here, I've been here watching all of these movies, and it's like, it happened again. It happened again. It happened again.
Yep, absolutely. So, Bree, let me ask you this. Now, have you watched any of these Mission Impossible before? Have you seen like any of those Mission Impossible?
No, none.
So, okay. So let me ask you this. All right. Now, from seeing the trailer, right, and you hear us talking about it, you know what I'm saying, action type stuff right there. Is action a thing for you? Like, is it something you kind of be like, oh, I want to see it got a lot of action? Or is it like...
Not really.
Okay, that's what it is. All right. Because I was wondering, I mean, and truly, it's a good movie. I promise you, it really is. But if you're not an action person, it probably won't keep your attention. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of action. There's a lot of high stakes. There's a lot of, hey, if you don't get this particular device, the whole world's going to suffer. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. Yeah, there are the stakes.
Keep you on the edge.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I will say, Price, though, that this was my first Mission Impossible film.
Really?
Oh, wow. Okay.
What?
Yep.
How about that?
I'm finna go back and watch all 6.
Oh, I bet you are now.
Okay.
I bet you are now.
I forgot. I truly forgot, because part of me truly forgot how much I did love action movies growing up.
Right.
Okay.
So like this kind of like brought back that love for him again, kind of in a sense, because I've been seeing so much of them all year.
Sure.
So I kind of got a bug for him again.
That's what's up, man.
I forgot how much I enjoyed action films.
Hey, X,
But
I
yeah,
will
I'm
say,
gonna go watch all 6 of these. I ain't gonna hold you.
When it's done right, X. When it's done right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this is the example of done right. I want to make that clear to the audience. And that's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to dialogue, you know what I mean? Character development, we've talked about that in our other reviews. They all across the board.
Yeah,
I mean, would you agree?
Yeah, and they keep a good cast in all the movies, man. You're in for a treat.
Yep. And so for me, X, is like, I can go watch some stuff get blown up. Sure. You know what I mean? Great. I can watch the Expendables 1, 2, 3. You know what I'm saying? Not a lot of character development. Right. They got too many people to develop
straight
characters.
To the point.
Yeah, let's just kill a bunch of people, blow stuff up, we keep it moving. This is different. This is taking time to, like even Ray says, even when they're bringing in new people, they give them enough of a story to let you care about those people. If you lose these people and you don't care about them, what does it matter? They're just cannon fodder. You know what I'm saying? And so for you to step into this and be on the 7th installment and feel like, oh, I got to go watch all 6 of them now. That's a credit to this director, bro. You know what I'm saying? And Tom's acting, and everyone's acting, but you know what I'm saying? Tom's vision and what he wants to do, because he's very involved in the story making process of the movies. And so, like,
I could tell the way he yelling at his castmates. Director step back and let Tom cook. Go ahead, Tom. Hey,
director didn't even want to smoke. He like.
Yeah, exactly. You just put your hands up, step back, let Tom, do his thing, and you just call it quits from there.
Oh my God, yeah.
But yeah, man, this movie was very engaging to me. It was very like you said, it set up a lot of stuff that like helped keep me engaged throughout the film, and it didn't feel like it was too drawn out. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like it took too long to set up. It's like it's set up and then boom, we here.
Right.
Set up. Like for instance, this isn't a spoiler because it's kind of in the trailer a little bit.
Sure.
Driving through Venice, like you know, Tom was like guiding her through Venice, like left, right, left, right, left. You know, you're going straight for a little bit left.
Right.
You know, that like that's how it felt to me. It felt like, okay, once we're going one way, we make a turn to another way.
Right.
Once we go another way, we're headed the other direction. Oh, you think we're going here? We're gonna throw a little bit in here to kind of let you think that, but then it's gonna be this.
Yep. Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Kept the audience members on the toes. And you feel like the stakes are high to where you're there with them, and you're like, hey, Tom, turn left, or you know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah,
bro. Oh my God.
Yeah, the way my seat was vibrating, I was right there with him. I was in the back seat actually with the cameraman. The way my seat was vibrating.
For real, dog. That's what it makes you feel like, don't it? Yeah, so Bree, that's why I was saying, like I don't, I wouldn't want to force this on you or anybody who's not a action junkie like we are. You know what I'm saying? We're action junkies. We want it all. But I will say that if you like other elements of movies, mystery or thrillers, suspense, and so forth and so on, it has all of that in there too. You know what I mean? So it's not just about the action. The action is the icing on the cake, man. The other stuff is just like it draws you in, and for 1 minute, you right there feel like the state of the world is on, you know what I mean? Is in Tom Cruise's hands. So come on, Tom, you got to make it, Tom. You know what I'm saying? Oh man, so
especially because like the theme of this is so relatable to like right now, because it's like I'm watching this film. It's like this is literally could happen within the next 10 years.
Sure. To
the point where it's like we're all sweating bullets just like this too.
Yep.
The entity just keeps on improving and updating and improving and updating to the point where it's like, bro, it's supposed to be all knowing. Like, what else can't it do?
Exactly.
You know.
And how can it affect me? That's the part what I'm talking about right there. And that's Bree. The reason I bring that up to you because you brought up the AI for us. The guy deciding to end his life over AI. That type of stuff is relevant to this movie, and vice versa. You know what I mean? So
I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yeah, so that right there is why it would interest you, because you brought that, you was interested in the fact that an AI can convince a man to take his own life. Well, watch this movie here. You know what I'm saying? Watch this movie right here. This AI said, hold my beer, basically. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Well, because, it's a lot at stake for the AI. A little, like, giving AI a character, in a sense. Yeah, it's crazy, but it worked.
It did.
You know what I mean? Like the AI having to adapt, learn, like you could just see years of what we've been watching in real time,
right,
in one film,
right.
And it was just crazy to me.
Yeah. Put it this way, Bree. It will at least make you think: could we actually get to that point? You know what I'm saying? And then when you start seeing all this new stuff they keep implementing into our daily lives. You kind of think like I can see it going here. I can see it going here. Y'all just want to keep making something so smart, right? That it just does everything. Okay, then what about if it decides that, you know what? I'm smarter than you now, human. I don't need you anymore, so you can get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? I'll see.
Mess our world up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, I was saying, I'm gonna have to check that out. For real.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually would like to revisit that with you. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all put it like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's deep, Bree. I mean, it's pretty deep. It'll definitely. I know you're a thinker, so it'll get your wheels turning.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
I seen a clip with Tom Cruise. I know you all said he does his own stunts. Well, he really did the stunt with the clip where he's jumping off the cliff with the bike.
with the bike. Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know what clip you're talking about too. They thought Tom actually died doing that stunt. I know what you're talking about, because when I watched that scene after previously like watching that clip, I was like, I'm watching it like,
yeah,
that was crazy when I seen that. So, so they actually thought he died on the movie.
Yeah, while filming the movie.
Okay.
They were.
He was talking about while filming.
I read an article.
Real time.
Yeah,
they was in real time, in real time worried about Tom because they didn't think like something went wrong while filming that particular scene. So they thought, he didn't recover from it or whatever the case may be. But they said he was okay. Like he had minor like bruises and scratching and stuff like that, but he was okay. But the way it looked, how the stunt looked itself,
Tom Cruise,
it was that believable that they thought that man like, had caved.
Wow.
Yeah, he real brave. Cause
Yeah. That's funny.
Do the cliff thing.
Somebody's brave and somebody else is stupid, right? You're like, man, he's stupid. Yeah. Nah, but
and that's true.
Yeah, right. For respect.
In some cases.
Yeah, yeah, Bree, that's why I started off by trying to get him in his props. He's definitely one of the last real movie stars, you know what I'm saying? He will go that length. You know, in every movie, he's done something. Like one of the other ones, he literally held on to a plane that was taking off. You know what I'm saying? And now, granted, they got him rigged up and all that stuff there for safety purposes, but still, he's doing this stuff, though. You know what I'm saying? Besides the rigging, he's holding on to stuff. You know what I'm saying? He's actually climbing on that building. You know what I mean? The dude, man, he's something serious, man. Gotta give the man his props.
Oh.
But yeah, so CBR, I wanted to get your idea, man, because you're like me. We saw this thing, you know, a few days ago, right? Mm-hmm. We don't remember as much as X. X coming off here fresh, boy. I mean, X sound like he directed the movie, dog. He remember everything. Godly.
Whole nine, baby. Whole nine.
Yeah, you know.
Good job, X.
Yeah, good job, for real.
Appreciate you.
CBR, what did you like? What did you feel, bro? Like, we didn't got past the first 15, 20 minutes of where you locked in, but on the whole, like, what did the movie feel for you when we talking about this threat of this AI and?
The movie felt good, man. The AI stuff, I can sort of see that happening, man, because they pushing AI out on us pretty much every day. I mean, you could ask AI this, ask AI that, and the movie, man, it can happen.
Right.
It can happen, and that's another reason I was so tuned into it. You know, not only because I like Mission Impossible, but you know, the storyline is. It can hit you right at home.
It feels real when you say, like, oh, no, that's believable. Yeah. Now, we ain't talking about aliens and magic and all that. We talking about real stuff, right?
Yeah.
Now, X did, you know, mention Sleepy Time. Mm-hmm. Did you stay up for this one?
I did.
All the way?
All the way.
Y'all hear that? Y'all hear that, fam?
Okay.
Y'all hear that?
Audio.
CBR usually will take a nap, right? Hey, there you go. You get a hand clap for that one, baby.
Audience, I told them that in confidence. You feel me?
I didn't say anything. I just said sleepy time. All I, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Ain't dwell on it.
I ain't dwelling now. I just said sleepy time.
Nah, no, I'm messing with you, man. All right, CBR, I see you.
At 6 o'clock now. If I went in there at 8 or 9 o'clock, yeah. Hello, good night.
Yeah. Hey, I feel you, dog.
See that self-awareness, y'all? He said, all right, now, I got in a couple hours sooner, so I had the energy to sit through it. You heard him now. He ain't gonna see it late.
Yep, like we usually do. But that's the thing about it, X, is that, you know, I've tried to mention it before, that it's not that we just sleepy and all the time. It's just, you know, we work full-time jobs and we go in, you know what I mean, go to these movie screenings and, yeah, it's all dark and the seats all comfortable. I'm full of popcorn and drink, you know.
I just told y'all my chair was vibrating, so.
That's a hard one to sleep on, man, because you just up like, what's gonna happen next?
Yeah.
Is they gonna make it?
Yeah. Did you wait? You went to 4D?
It wasn't 4D. They have what's called the Dreamer Lounge, where the chairs are kind of like.
The Dreamer Lounge.
So it's like
Dreamer Lounge. That sounds like. Why would you go to sleep?
That's literally what they call it.
Why you would go to sleep? You're in the Dreamer Lounge, man. Come on.
They call it heater recliners, but my seat wasn't hot. It just vibrated a lot.
Wow, so, that's crazy.
It's kind of like a surround sound-esque, IMAX-esque, Dolby-esque.
Gotcha.
Kind of crossbreed without labeling it. Oh, it's a Dolby theater.
I got you. You know, right? Okay. Yeah. See, all you had to say was I was in the Dreamer Lounge. Then yeah. So yeah, CBR. I mean, you know, you already a Mission Impossible fan, but did you think that without being invested into it already, that you would still enjoy it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
So I think people can go watch this movie, and again, they'll want to go back and watch the other movies, the other 6. So
okay. All right, so X is right on point then, huh? Okay, that's how you should be feeling. Now see,
you're gonna appreciate it more once you watch the first 6. You know,
yeah.
Say, okay, I see how they come changing the faces and shit.
Right. So, audience members, if you get into you listening to us and hearing what we're saying, that basically you can be like us, you know, me and Ray, we've watched every last one of them, right? So we heavily invested to it. We know all the characters, so forth and so on. Or you could be like X, who this is his very first time, but the movie is so good, it makes you want to go back and watch 6 movies, 6 of them. You got to understand now, this is 6 movies, and they all about 2 hours long. So you're going to basically, you ain't going to be able to do this in one day. This ain't going to happen in one sitting. So this man's already talking about, I'm going to make sure I go back and watch all 6 of them. That's how good Mission Impossible 7, Dead Reckoning, Piece 1 is. I'm sticking with my Piece 1. I just made that, baby. So you hear anybody say that? That's me first. Nah, man. Piece 1, baby.
Say less, dog.
Yeah. I totally agree all the way through. I was locked in, and really, really good movie, good set pieces, like you said, X. The train, that first part, yeah, right. I definitely see you. The setup, if you missed that part, you didn't miss anything because they got right to it. Now, I will say one thing for all you gamers out here: the set piece for the train. Only thing I'm going to say, and I'll spoil it only for you gamers because you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. The set piece for the train will remind you of Uncharted #2. When he woke up in that train. Am I lying, bro? Come on, dog. Come on, all my gamers. I'm just saying.
You're not lying.
I'm just saying.
You're not lying, bro.
And so for all you gamers out there that know what I'm talking about, there's your spoiler right there. It will remind you of that set piece. Okay. Which was absolutely amazing. Yep. So, but besides that, man, hey, listen, I think it was wonderful. I hope that, you guys can definitely check it out. I don't really have anything bad to say about it. The only thing for me, and that's because I have been watching Mission Impossibles for quite a while now.
Even the TV show?
Well, I saw a couple of the TV shows. I wasn't that far, but I knew what they were talking about.
Yeah.
I forgot Peter. Man, I can't remember his name. So he made about 235 million worldwide so far.
I believe it, man. The people, they showed out for the movie. Showed up.
Over $250 million.
Yeah. It'll probably hit $1 billion. If Maverick did $1 billion, this will probably hit $1 billion or very close to it. So, yeah, man. But there were just a couple of parts in there, dialogue wise, that I don't know if it sounded too self-aware or something, but it was just a couple of things in there that I felt like, all right, that might be a little cheesy or whatever. I didn't expect the movie to be absolutely perfect. It did get a 98%. Peter Graves, that's what I was talking about. It did get a 90% Rotten Tomato, you know what I'm saying? So there's that 2% maybe of how I feel. That dialogue choices was like, you probably could have said something else on that. But nothing to take me out of the movie. It was just like, okay, but it made up for it in so many places that I just don't even. That's why I don't even remember exactly what it was. It was just certain parts in there that I just felt like they were just kind of throwing some things in there to get through the story. Which as a writer, I don't know how easy or hard it is to be a writer. I mean, we are aware that we have writer strikes right now and so forth and so on. I even heard that I saw one article where they said that episode of She-Hulk smashes Daredevil, the writer only got $346 for that episode. That's just appalling. So I would be on strike too. You know what I'm saying? You making millions of dollars and you give me $346? Crazy. But we support these writers. Just let y'all know at Hangout, we definitely support these writers. Would not have these movies without these writers. Anyway.
I was like, that's right.
Yeah.
It's so true. A lot of people probably don't think about that. They just think about the movie and the actor.
Yep.
Or the actress.
Yep.
Well, they gonna think
the writers.
They gonna think about it this fall when all their favorite TV shows show you reruns.
Absolutely. Right. Yeah. Keep in mind, guys, the actors are great, directors, all that, but the actors have nothing to say. They're just standing there looking pretty. These writers give you the story that makes you care about what's going on in the first place. So definitely support. Good stuff, man. Yeah, thank you, Timmy, for bringing up Peter Graves. I knew it was a Peter somebody, but Peter Graves, yeah, he used to be the Tom Cruise in the original. He was Jim Phelps. He was who John Voight's character was based on, which is funny that they would kill off that character, right? So that's crazy. And that's a spoiler alert for anybody who hasn't seen the first one, which I'm just like, I still be like, how this long, But it happens. It happens. So Ethan Hunt actually was a original character then. So that's why they could do that. Interesting. I did not know William Shatner was in that TV show, though. That's absolutely amazing. Who was the Greg Morris. Okay, yeah, that's right, Greg Morris. So they really actually, besides Jim Phelps, didn't have any lasting characters into the movie, right? So I guess the reason why they did what they did was to basically separate the movies from the TV show, right? Well, that was smart. That was smart. It's a good move. Okay, yeah, man. So it's all in all, it's an amazing movie. Like I said, we're gonna do spoiler free, so we won't go too deep into it. We're just gonna let you know that it is an amazing movie. You definitely should see it. Some movies, you just want to go have some popcorn and be wild for a minute. This is absolutely it. I guarantee you, whatever you are going through at that moment, unless it's an AI issue, you would totally be transported out of your issues into this world, and you will be pleasantly surprised at the end results. So anyway, all right. Hey, man, listen, this is the time. This is it right here. This is what you've been waiting for. So we're going to go ahead and go around the table, man. We're going to go ahead and drop our numbers, you know what I'm saying, play the number games on this thing here. And this is, of course, for the people who have seen it. So I guess that's me, you were next. And I'll tell you what, since Mr. Fresh on his mind, you know what I mean?
I always go first. So I'm kind of.
You know, I don't mind leading.
You always go first? Okay.
I don't mind leading.
You gonna shake it up, CBR? All right, then. Come on, man. Come on with it, dog.
All right, y'all, listen up. Mission Impossible.
I was
Part 7. Great movie.
I was prepared.
All right, man, let me lead this thing off.
Yeah.
I'll knock out the home run.
Go ahead.
There you go.
Go on, man. Go ahead, dog.
For me, man, it was a good movie from start to finish. I'm gonna have to give it a 10.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, that's one of them.
Look, everybody, you heard that? Like, everybody was like, whoa.
I'm ready for part 2, you know.
We heard a 10, like, Bobby right out the gate. Golly.
I was engaged like that, man.
Okay.
Oh. I don't even know if I
Is
can.
that your first 10?
Nah.
Nah, he gave,
Oh,
what was it?
Might have been Fast
He
X.
didn't gave a few.
No, I don't know.
He gave a few.
Was it Fast X?
Yeah, Fast X.
Okay, it might have been Fast X.
Fast X.
I thought it was one of the black movies we did, though, man.
With the similar plot a little bit.
Yeah, I guess I can see that. I guess I
In
can
a
see
sense,
that. In a sense, yeah, except for the revenge part of it.
Yeah.
Okay, so, all right, cool. Well, we're gonna let you knock it out.
I was gonna say, but what?
We're gonna let you knock it out of the park, bro.
Flashbacks. I was gonna say, but wait, with the flashbacks, don't it feel like Gabriel is kind of out for revenge?
No, because that would have been Tom, because Gabriel is the one who actually.
Oh, true.
Uh-huh.
But that's what I'm saying. It's a revenge story in a sense, but it's Tom.
It just wasn't the focus of it. Right, like once Tom recognized that he was that guy, that's who, then yeah, revenge-ish. Is, what the only problem though is that
I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's there, but it's not.
It's not his main focus, because Tom is about the mission. You know what I'm saying? Like, he tries to not let anything get in the way of that. But yeah. So, but speaking of the mission, my mission is to try to come behind a 10.
Get out of bitch.
Golly.
Yeah.
All right. So let's see if I choose to accept this mission. Yeah, man.
You choose.
Same with him, man. I was locked in. I was totally impressed. I'm thinking 7 movies in, you're gonna drop the ball a little bit, man. And the fact that they didn't. You know what? So what we talked about off air, the movies are connected to a sense. 1 is kind of standalone. 2 is standalone. 3 is connected to 4 because of the, he got married in 3 and they kind of carried over some of that story and so forth and so on, whatever. 5 and 6 are connected because of, the bad guy that's in it. He's still kind of involved in the very next movie. This being not connected to those, except for just his history when it comes to people, I thought that was great. That right there, I was like, good, please. I'm tired of Lang, whoever the guy was in part 5 and 6. I was tired of his story. So now we got a new one. We got new characters. And like, CBR said, they did an amazing job coming in, being fresh faces. Gotta make people like them already out the gate, and they did. So for that, man, I was just, like I said, I was totally locked in, and I'm waiting to see what Tom does, because Tom is doing all these stunts, and man, he just fires on all cylinders all the time. And that's not just saying this man is like the best actor out there, or he always had the best movie, because he doesn't, and he's not. But it's it's refreshing watching this person who he's a multi-millionaire. He travels, he does all this stuff here, but it's not about that for him. Whenever he's talking to you, he's talking about how much he loves these movies, how much he wants to make them really good. So that to me says, okay, I'll pay you to entertain me and give me your best every single time. Like, he's that person that shows up to work and he wants to do a job every time they come to work, they want to do a good job. That's Tom Cruise to me. And you can see it when you're watching the movie. He makes you feel that way, and I appreciate everything that they brought to this movie. So for me, like I said, besides a couple of the dialogue choices, I'm gonna actually take a page out of my man's book over here, and I'll do a 9.7 on that one right there.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? And can't give it a perfect 10 just because of those little choices, but I'll give it a 9.7 absolutely, without a doubt. I think it was an amazing movie, man. So, Mr. Unannounced over here. Dude, you got the heartbeat going on. I was like, who is that? My heartbeat? I was like, what? I got real nervous all of a sudden.
For someone who says unannounced.
You gonna keep us in suspense?
Yes, man. It's still fresh in my head, so I've been kind of.
He said he was ready, didn't he? God. Oh, boy.
I've been weighing my scores since it's so fresh in my head. But I keep landing around the 9.5 area.
Okay.
So I think that's where I'm gonna stay. I think that's where I'll stay.
Now, there's any particular reason you didn't give him a 10?
Well, because I fell asleep.
I was just going to ask. See, I wanted you to tell on yourself, not me. Okay.
So, in a sense, it's kind of like what you're saying. Some of the dialogue choices, I think some of it didn't need to be said.
Sure.
It's kind of not implied, but it could have stood on its own without the direction of pointing it out there and making it obvious.
Make it right. Yes. But they had to carry the story, so they said, yeah, right. But, you feel me?
But I understand why. Mm-hmm. And that's really my only gripe. Other than that, I was like y'all, I was engaged throughout the whole film. Mm. Like from start to finish, from Russia in the submarine all the way to, I don't even know if I should say it. to the drive away and the monologue at the end.
There you go.
There we go. That's what I'll call it. That's what I'll call it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got me like worried for everybody involved still. Because I'm like, the way that monologue was set up, I'm like
what's gonna happen there?
Right.
Yeah, like who?
Right. Right. I was gonna say you can see some losses coming, bro. And I feel for him already.
The circle is already small.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody coming back to kind of be like, we got you, Ethan. Don't worry about that. But it's like at the same time, his character struggle of, I'm so tired of putting people at risk now.
Yep.
I can't save nobody, damn it.
Yep.
Y'all stop accepting this mission. And he like, we accepted this a long time ago, dog. You just gotta deal with this.
Oh man.
You do have a choice.
Like Ving said in the trailer, none of our lives should be more important than this mission. That's how heavy.
Yep.
That's how heavy it is.
Yep.
So I think that's where I'll stay.
Okay.
About as our producer said, about a 9.7 on average. That's beautiful.
Yep.
Means it's a good movie.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is one where we all kind of on the same on this one because boy, sometimes you'll see some 6.0s up in this thing. Sometimes, dog.
Some 6.0s.
Yeah, man.
Some 5.5.
Yeah, dog. It has happened. So, okay, good stuff, man. Good stuff. No, I agree definitely with all you guys' review and your sentiment, and I definitely appreciate your opinions. And I was happy y'all was able to see it, man, because it was one of those ones where we get to review a good movie. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm talking about? Like, they didn't feel like homework. Well, let's do this because we got to let everybody know. It felt like, man, I'm a fan. I'm enjoying this movie. Like, oh, that's right. I'm a reviewer too. So let me pay attention.
Dial it back
let me dial it back a little bit. Calm down, and pay attention to what's going on. Good stuff, man. Good stuff.
And I will reiterate your sentiments too, man. It feels like everybody stepped up, struck a home run with this film, and enjoyed making it. Right? You can feel that this is a well put together film when you're watching it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like for everybody's effort, especially Tom and Haley for doing their own stunts, and anybody else in this film who bothered to do their own stunts or anything of the sort to help that realistic feel of it.
Yep.
Because there's certain scenes I'm sitting here, I'm like, Jesus.
Yeah.
My neck. Ooh.
Right.
I'm old.
Right,
Not
bro.
that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that personable experience to feel like you're in it to that extent,
Yeah.
hats off.
Yeah. They top-notch actors for sure. Yeah, man. Well, good, man. Good. 9.7.
Top-notch directing.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, he's this is his third one. Christopher McQuarrie, definitely want to shout him out. This is his third Mission Impossible. He came in on Rogue Nation, number 5. Mm-hmm. And it's funny too because
5, 6, and 7.
Yeah. It's funny because you can see it. You can see where he came in. You can see it changed. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was always good, actions and all the stuff there. But when you go from director to director to director, the vision changes. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You know, and but this guy here, ever since Rogue Nation, it's been a super serious movie, but also fun. You know, all that, man. I don't know how he's able to incorporate all those things into one movie, but he does.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of comedic timing in that I wasn't expecting either.
Right. Absolutely.
A lot of ironic comedic timing,
Yeah.
Yep.
Good stuff, man. So, all right, guys. So y'all got it. Y'all got the review, man. This is the Hangout experience. You know what I'm saying? And this is what you get with the Hangout experience. You know what I mean? Real deal reviews. You know what I'm saying? But of course, hey, man, we're just regular people, just like you. So, our conversation, you should be able to understand what we're saying, because it's like we just sitting here in the living room of the Hangout. We're just having a conversation with y'all. You know what I mean? Y'all know how we do. So, hey, man, appreciate y'all checking in. Please go out and support this movie. It is absolutely amazing, and you will have a great time. And if you feel otherwise now, if you listen to our review and you go out and you don't feel that way, please let us know in the comment, man. You know what I'm saying?
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Tell me how you really feel.
Yeah, I see what you did there.
Tell me how you really feel.
Oh, that's gonna work. That's gonna work right there. Hey, Bree, that's gonna work.
Oh yeah.
I love it. Hey, so in case y'all don't know what's going on right now, you know what I'm saying? We got a segment coming back. Y'all know how we used to do. We used to get it off our chest. Well, that's not going anywhere. You know what I'm saying? We just reskinning that. You know what I mean? We're gonna fix that up a little bit. We're gonna bring it back. You know what I'm saying? And then when we bring it back, then you'll be able to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? And tell us how you really feel. All right. This has been another review by THX. That is the Hangout experience, and we appreciate y'all time as always, man. Y'all please enjoy yourselves, and hey, stick around, man, because y'all already know we got one more thing coming for you, and that's that hip hop fact, baby. 50 years of hip hop, man. Let's do it.